Well, that was kind of weird. Hold on one moment. It seems like my PC is not happy with me having so many things running on it at once. Can't say for certain if that's the problem. But good afternoon, everybody. It is your commander and dad, Rebel Red, here again on another Tuesday night, or actually Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. And hello, Crystal. Glad to see you here again. And this is actually going to be a first for me. This is going to be my first ever purely just chatting stream. Um, and I will be reacting to some videos to go along with that we can discuss. For the first run through, I think I'm going to do an hour of my own handpicked videos to react to. And then after that, I have a Discord channel that anyone can post in if they're a member of the Discord. Granted, I will only be opening YouTube links. If it's from anything else, even if it's like a Twitch clip or something like that, I'm not going to pull it up just because I can't guarantee that there isn't going to be anything on there that is going to get me in trouble. With YouTube, it is a much lower chance of that happening, but it's not a 100% guarantee. Most of the videos that I've seen being posted are by people in my Discord and regular viewers of my stream that I trust to not put anything in that's going to get me banned. And I don't know how many of you are on Twitter currently, or I guess even on YouTube at this point. There is a pretty big thing that happened, I guess, within the last 4 hours or so. Um, I don't really know how to go into this. If I seen the notification, I would have rated. You're good, man. I honestly just rated a few minutes ago. I've started kind of just sent what I sent with Renee, who watch on his stream. I got you. So a copy and paste of React videos. I see. I see. I don't know how to start the conversation I was going to bring up. Basically, a public speaker was assassinated today. And that's the word I'm going to use. It was Charlie Kirk, who is a very prominent right-wing activist. I mean, he's done campaigns for Trump and Vance, and yeah. So he was in the middle of a Change My Mind in a Utah college campus. I can't remember the exact college, but for those who don't know what that is, Change My Mind is originally a segment that was created by another right-leaning comedian by the name of Steven Crowder. It actually started a meme. If you've ever seen the meme of a guy at a table with a cover on the front with a sign that says, blah 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 changed my mind, and he's drinking a cup of coffee. That's what that meme is originally from. His name's Steven Crowder. He has a show called Louder with Crowder. Um, but he was the one who originally started it. But a lot of center to right leaning people have kind of taken that idea and kind of rolled with it, because in all honesty, it's a great way to be able to have civil debates over very like polarizing topics. I say civil, but 9 times out of 10 they never are, because it's a college campus. It's a bunch of kids and teenagers that have no idea what they're talking about. Seen the uncensored close-up video, and I wish I hadn't. Hasn't boiled like this since 24 years ago. Didn't even follow Charlie. Yeah, that was honestly kind of the same feeling I had about it, because I didn't follow Charlie Kirk a whole lot, or really at all. I would just catch like YouTube shorts, and there were several like debate style videos on YouTube that he took part in. Um, I can't say that I agreed with him on a lot of his stances, or at least he would take them to a much further extreme than what I would take them personally on a lot of topics. But all of that said, I don't care what your political leanings are, whether you're left, right, or center, you have no right to take someone else's life for their opinion. That is the true definition of a fascist. And I would also probably put it on the same lines as terrorism. If you have to scare people into thinking the way that you do by killing them or having them murdered, you're a terrorist. No other way around it. Granted, I think currently they have not found the shooter. Basically, he was in the middle of a presentation, and someone in the crowd took one shot, and it hit him in a artery in his neck. And he was pronounced dead, I believe, an hour or two later. Which is a really terrible thing, because I know that he has a wife and 2 kids, and I can't imagine the kind of trauma that brings to your kids. Not just the fact that you've lost your dad, but knowing that they were just killed for their words. But unfortunately, it seems like that is the world that we have gone into, where we've become so polarized and violent towards anyone who thinks differently than us. And there's definitely extremists on both sides. I won't deny that. There's definitely some messed up, disgusting people on the right and the left. But too many vocal minority people have gotten to spew hate for way too long. And for me personally, I felt like this was inevitable. And honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Now, don't take this out of context and thinking that I'm like I was wanting this to happen. It's just the way people are so angry and so full of hate towards one another for having differing opinions. I always knew it was going to be a matter of time before someone was shot just for giving a speech, because this is all this was. If anything, it was an open table for anyone to go up to him and debate your opinion on whatever topic he was discussing, which unfortunately and ironically, the conversation he was talking about, I believe, was gun violence, or that was at least part of it. And the honestly, the fact that he was killed, it makes me angry. But the thing that made me more angry was just seeing all of the Twitter posts and comments on YouTube, basically like celebrating, is like, oh, they got him. Thank God he's dead. Man, the world's a better place. If you celebrate someone dying just because they had a different opinion than you, get off of my fucking channel. We are not friends. We will not get along. I will not be able to have a civil, meaningful conversation with you. If you wish for the death of another person just because you don't like the things that they say, piss off. If you never come back to my channel, I will not lose any sleep. I definitely have opinions that a lot of people may not agree with, but I have never had so much hate for somebody just because they had a different worldview than me that I wanted them to be dead or celebrated when they did. So, if that's the kind of person you are, I don't want you associated with my channel. I don't want you to be here. Oh, don't worry, Will. This is all in relation to um, something, some news that happened in the U.S. today. A right wing activist was shot and murdered at a Utah college, um, which has been all over Twitter and YouTube right now, at least on my side. Um, yeah, I mean, I said assassinated in the beginning, and that's basically what it was. It was an assassination. It is straight up just terrorism, because the only thing that Charlie Kirk is guilty of is just stating his opinion. And honestly, he was pretty a pretty basic public speaker. Like, he didn't try to instigate people, but just the fact that he was right wing was apparently enough for someone to want to assassinate him. And as I said earlier, I've expected this to happen for a long time. I didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't know when, but I knew at some point, with the level of hatred that all of these different parties in the US have with one another, I knew somebody was going to get killed. I mean, they already tried it once. It was already attempted when they tried to assassinate Trump. Yeah. I am not going to do a react over the assassination. I wanted to, but I couldn't guarantee that it would not show the video on whatever I was watching, and I can almost guarantee that would be an immediate ban on my channel if I brought it up. Because I have not actually watched the video, I have just heard people describing it. I have seen photographs of the event, and it's literally from the screenshot, it is very graphic. I mean, I don't know what kind of gun they used, but it was literally like a quarter sized hole in the artery of his neck. And at the time when I first found out about it, there wasn't any confirmation that he was dead, but that kind of injury, unless you are in a focused state of mind and are well knowledged in like medical, you're not surviving that. And from what little I've seen, it looked like he basically went into shock as soon as he was hit. So there was no surviving that. He lost way too much blood, and he ended up dying in the hospital 2 or 3 hours later. Likely a rifle of some sort, especially since the shot supposedly came from 200 yards. That is surprising. That was the one thing that I was definitely wondering the most about the assassination, is how they were even able to pull it off. Because it blew my mind mostly. First of all, it was an incredibly large crowd for just a college debate event, basically. I mean, looking at photos of like the overhead from like drone footage and things like that, it was like a fully packed like park area, which made me think that it couldn't have been somebody that was in the crowd. And I'm pretty sure with those kind of events, they have security that's supposed to be checking everyone's bags and metal detectors and things like that, so that they can't bring something like that into the event. But if it was 200 yards away, then the person who did it wouldn't even have to be at the event. Um, that that makes more sense to me to better explain how it happened. The other thing that was very suspicious to me is how accurate it was. I mean, it was a direct shot to the artery, and it was a single shot. People don't realize if they set this as the norm, people will do this more often because they made this acceptable. And that was exactly what I was telling coworkers, because actually, funnily enough, my manager was the first person to bring it up. Um, this sets a very, very dangerous precedent that I am not okay with, because they have basically opened the door for even more extremist reactions to politics. Because, I mean, for me, I would say I hate trying to give myself a label as far as politics go. I would like to say I am more libertarian than anything. Although a lot of people that are diehard libertarians, I am not that, because if you're a diehard libertarian, you're basically calling for anarchism, which I'm not. There's a lot of people who's like, no taxes on anything. I believe taxes are necessary for basically what the government is supposed to be there for, in regards to the Constitution, which is supposed to be protection of the state from foreign enemies and protecting or upholding the rights of the citizens. That is basically the two things that the government is supposed to be responsible for. Everything else is supposed to be at least the federal government. Let me say that. Everything else is supposed to be left up to the states. And even at that point, if something the states pass goes against the Constitution, it is supposed to be up to the federal government to rein them in and get them to stop. You can see it happen like how I saw what happened in Nepal happened days ago. Someone on the right will get the idea in reverse and they'll cry out that this is wrong. Yeah, and that's the thing that's going to tick me off more than anything is there is going to be, I'm calling it now, more than likely there is going to be some form of revenge for this in the next coming days or weeks. Somebody on the right is going to do the exact same thing. But of course, since the majority of the mainstream media is paid off by the government, they're going to make that person the most evil human being on planet Earth because the mainstream media is incredibly biased against right-leaning people, period, or just conservatives in general. Because I guarantee if they find who did this, there's going to be mainstream media calling for them to not spend the rest of their life in prison, and they should. It should be life in prison for murder at best, terrorism at worst. I mean, there's a running joke in the US basically says that things went to shit when we stopped sending people to asylums. Life, no chair, or firing line. Might be a stretch, but after knowing how people will act, Nepal and France collapse, people will get the idea. When strings grip too tight, UK and more will follow after someone does something stupid. I mean, that's basically how every revolution in all of human history has usually started, is powers that be try just a little bit too hard to get as much control over the people as they can until eventually somebody does something stupid. Either it's someone for the government shoots someone and then all hell breaks loose, or the latter. But it always comes to a head, and if something isn't done about it, it's going to just end in just civil unrest. There's already enough rioting in the streets in the US. This is not going to help. In the US, that already started with 4chan and that train incident. Now Kirk. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to get worse before it gets better. There are some videos that I would like to react to that kind of go into just a lot of the craziness that's going on right now. And I will say a lot of it has to do probably with indoctrination. I know that sounds conspiracy theory-esque, but there's been a lot of things that people have said in the past that have proven to be true now, or proven to be true in the past. And in this day and age, there's really no such thing as a conspiracy anymore, because eventually almost every conspiracy ends up being true given enough time. But anyway, I am done with my soapbox for now. Um, and I've already gone on for about half an hour. So we'll watch one or two videos that I thought would be interesting to react to. And these are not political per se. There's a few of them that could be considered that because they discuss um, dystopian novels. This is true. Plus, I think we also earn some laughs due to how much things we have to witness. If we're going to go mad, let's go laughing. Yeah, I mean, you can't spell manslaughter without man's laughter. That's what I always say. It'll just be chaos until we're all driven insane from trauma. But anyway, let me go ahead. I've got the video pulled up. We get browser screen pulled up. Gallows humor. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm going to move my model. I don't know why it has me on the left side. I don't know why I did it that way. But let me go ahead and just... Yeah. Oh, I know why. Because the way my camera is set up, it looks like I'm always looking to the right. Hmm. I mean, I could flip it, but that's going to mess up everything. Here in top 5 news, red went from left to right. That's not really news. I mean, I am a gun owning Christian, or I'm a gun owning Southern Baptist from Kentucky. What part of the aisle did you think I was on? I mean, I'm not going to say that I am 100% conservative, but there are some things in that aisle that I do agree with. The middle of the screen. Yeah, for React videos going forward, I will just have my character moving in one direction or the other depending on my political opinions at that point in time. I feel like Shrap Nugget's a little too big. There we go. We'll go ahead and get him down here. Try to not take up too much of the screen. To see red wiggle. Wait. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. On papist. You'll have to refresh my memory on what a papist is. I'm pretty sure, is that supposed to be a Catholic priest? Or is it something to do with Catholicism? I'm pretty sure. Roman Catholics. I'm trying to find a way to put this without coming off as snarky. I mean, I'm definitely not Roman Catholic. I mean, for those who, if it's your first time on the stream hearing me talk about religion, I'm Southern Baptist, specifically missionary Baptist, even though I've never been on a mission before in my life. So, kind of ironic that that's what our denomination is considered. But anyway, there are a few things regarding the Roman Catholic Church that I don't specifically agree with because there is no biblical I don't know the best way to describe it. There's no biblical accuracy to some of the beliefs that the Catholic Church believes. And honestly, there are a lot of things that the Catholic Church claims to believe that would be considered probably sacrilegious to even just like the Jewish faith. And contrary to popular belief, there are a lot of like modern Christians that believe that with the New Testament, it basically made it where the rules for the Old Testament no longer apply. I don't agree with that. The main focus, at least from what I've read, it always felt to me the main point that Jesus was trying to make was that, like, the Pharisees, the rabbis, were focused way too much on keeping to their traditions to where they were either taking the laws put in place by Moses and other prophets, taking them way out of context, or pushing them way too far to their extremes. That was the biggest point that Jesus was trying to make. And the fact that to not let traditions get in the way of actual biblical law. And I'll be one to admit there's a few things in the Baptist church that kind of fall under that. There's a lot of things in the Baptist church that I feel like kind of don't follow biblically what is in the Old or New Testament, but it's tradition at this point, so no one wants to change it. Or the Maze Runner zombie on the list, a group with Hunger Game and Maze Runner. Come on. Come to think of it, huh? Wait, what? I'm getting distracted talking about Catholics. That's another stream. Um, and actually, speaking of, I never even checked that poll to see where what the results were on it. Uh, oh, it's got 13 hours left, but majority currently is Bible stuff. So, for those who are not aware, of course, I have a Discord, and it is in my About section. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. I put up a poll a while back. It is pinned in the general, asking if viewers would want to hear me discuss religious topics, um, or if they would want me to stay away from those. Currently, the majority has said that they would like for me to discuss those things. So I do plan to do that, but I am going to make it its own segment where, like, on days like today, basically the plan is on my Just Chatting streams, every other Just Chatting stream is going to be religious discussion, at least for the foreseeable future. It might get to a point where I kind of run out of things to talk about, but the Bible's pretty freaking long, so it's going to take a little bit. More than likely, I will start I will make sure on those streams that it is stated up front that it is going to be religious discussion. So, because there are a few in the Discord or in my stream that don't necessarily want to discuss that or watch stuff discussing it, and that's totally fine. I get it. It's not for everybody. And for those, I'm going to make sure to state it up front in like the stream title or in announcements that that is what the discussion is going to be. So if you're not interested, you don't have to show up. I won't be offended. I get it. Not everybody that watches my stuff is religious. That's fine. The fact that you are not religious and you still feel like you can watch my stuff and not be offended honestly makes me pretty makes me happy that you are still willing to watch even knowing that. So if you're atheist or just not practicing religion and you still want to watch my stuff, I appreciate it. Because in this day and age, especially in the US, a lot of people would not be willing to do that. So I appreciate you staying and being willing to listen to what I have to say regarding those matters. And then on those days, you're more than welcome to join in the conversation with those things. But yeah, as far as the Roman Catholic stuff, I'm not going to keep going on that. I will save that for next week. More than likely, the way that those streams are going to play out, I will probably read um, maybe a chapter or two from the Bible and then just discuss for however long, and then potentially reacting to religious related videos, even if it's just like Christian mythology stuff, because I find stuff like that very interesting when it's, especially when you get into books like Book of Enoch, where it's like giants and fallen angels and angels sleeping with humans. Is it's wild. Granted, that book is technically not considered canon to the Bible, but Enoch is mentioned in the Bible, so it is believed that he was a real person. But whether or not the book itself is biblical canon is up for debate. That might be what we discuss next week. But for right now, I have found a interesting channel, and it is just called Explained Epically. And basically what he does is he takes a bunch of different fictions or fictional worlds or even real worlds and breaks them down into short bites to kind of give you the cliff notes on some of the more popular genres. And of course, since I am half zombie, I thought the best one to start with would be The Deadliest Zombie Outbreaks Explained in 8 Minutes. So without further ado, first of all, let me go ahead, turn off my music for a moment. This channel, isn't it canon in Ethiopian tradition or something? I believe so. I know there are some denominations that do to actually believe Enoch is part of the biblical canon. But you're getting me off topic again. Anyway, Deadly Zombie Outbreaks Explained in 8 Minutes. Oh.
Of the reanimation is
Hold on.
Dawn of the Dead, the one that started it all.
Make sure it's
The
loud
source
enough.
of the reanimation is famously vague, hinted to be radiation from a fallen satellite that blankets the Earth. The central, terrifying rule is simple. When you die, you come back. This applies to everyone, regardless of how they perish. A bite from the dead also delivers a fatal fever, creating a grim, two-pronged threat to the living. These are the classic ghouls, slow, shambling, and operating on a single instinct to consume living flesh. While mindless, they possess faint muscle memory from their former lives, leading them to instinctively gather in familiar places like a shopping mall.
Good old Romero.
This outbreak gave us the foundational rules of zombie survival. Aim for the head, a bite is a death sentence, and the living are dangerously unpredictable. Beneath that survival guide, the apocalypse is used to expose humanity's deepest flaws and its inability to unite against a common enemy. School life.
And that's one thing that I kind of get tired of in a lot of zombie fiction is I get it for Romero because he was kind of one of the first people to push this plot point in zombie films, and he was really the catalyst to basically the zombie movie as a genre. Because, I mean, he started with Dawn of the Dead, which The one that probably a lot of people know about, the one that is in the mall, is actually a kind of a remake. Is the original? I think the original was actually in black and white, and it was just like a family trying to. It's weird because the original is definitely dated, but black and white. It's just this family living in a cabin, and then all of a sudden people just start rising from the dead, and it's just them trying to fight them off in their home. It's been forever since I've watched it, just because it has not aged well. Um, and I believe it's had multiple remakes. The one that I feel like everybody knows the most about now, that is in the mall, that has the police officer that carries the shotgun everywhere. That is actually like the second remake. The first remake is the one that you can see in the image here, um, which I believe is a British film. I can't remember. I haven't actually seen this version, but the plot of this movie and the newest one are much more similar than the original movie. So I should probably watch that one day. Maybe I should start trying to have like a movie night in the Discord. I've wanted to do that, but it is very hard for me to do just because I already take up a large portion of my free time with streams, and the rest of the time I spend it with my family. So taking more time to do the movie nights would be pretty difficult. But anyway, let's continue.
Welcome to the School Living Club. It's a small group of girls trying to survive the end of the world from inside their high school. The outbreak itself is standard fare. A virus created
Mm-hmm.
classic, slow-moving zombies who now endlessly shamble across the school grounds. These monsters are their former classmates and teachers,
Of
a
course.
constant reminder of the world they lost. The real tragedy, however, is inside the barricades. The story is told through the eyes of Takeya Yuki, a cheerful girl whose mind completely shattered from the trauma. She lives in a
So she's
constant, total
crazy.
delusion where the apocalypse never happened. For her, the school is still full of students, classes are in session, and life is a series of fun club activities. Her friends are the guardians of this fragile lie, actively playing along with Yuki's fantasy to protect her sanity and safety. Their lives are a harrowing performance, pretending to enjoy a normal school day, while secretly fighting off walkers, scavenging for rations, and holding back their own crushing despair. The zombies are a physical threat, but the true horror is the psychological toll of maintaining a happy illusion in a world of absolute terror. 28 days later.
Now, though that trope, I can kind and now that I'm thinking about it, I totally lost track and didn't even say the trope that I've gotten tired of. It's the trope that the humans were the real monsters all along. I hate that trope. It's so dumb. It's so overdone. I hate it. I despise it. It's in almost every single apocalypse themed movie there is. I'm sick of seeing it. It's overdone. Anytime I see it in a new series, I'm immediately turned off from watching it. The humans were the monsters all along. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's hard to make regular zombies the major threat in a movie because let's be honest, walking, shambling zombies are not that intimidating. The only thing that makes them dangerous is large numbers. But at the same time, a zombie apocalypse of walking, shambling zombies is incredibly unlikely unless it is airborne. If it is by like a bite, like a lot of zombie movies, it would be wiped out within a year. Because you have to think about the massive militaries all over the world with tanks and helicopters and jets, fully automatic rifles, and your target doesn't even run. And the only thing that The only reason they are hard to kill is you have to destroy the brain. Bro, a strafe run with an A10 Warthog would wipe out an entire horde because they would basically just be a paste. There would be no brain matter left. And that's why I've kind of turned away from the walking zombie genre too, just because it doesn't feel realistic to me. I will forever hate Hollywood for not doing justice to World War Z. Should have been an HBO style miniseries, not the trash we got with Brad Pitt. Yeah, to be fair, I liked World War Z, the movie, as a zombie movie, but as a World War Z movie, yes, it was terrible. It was garbage because it really had nothing to do with the original book. If you're saying this isn't a democracy anymore, yes, I remember. And actually, that series is coming up in a moment. Yep. I too have seen The Walking Dead. I stopped watching after. Actually, funny enough, I really like The Walking Dead, and my friends and my wife and my friend's wife, we actually would have movie nights at our friend's house where we would all go and watch the latest episode. But after one specific character dies in the show, pretty much all of us no longer wanted to watch it because they were one of our favorites. After that, I have not watched the show since then. Spoilers, I pretty much stopped watching as soon as Negan showed up. That tells you how little I know about The Walking Dead now. Hollywood literally only bought the rights to World War Z so that they didn't have to think of a name for their unrelated script. If zombie is real, flyers and spiders is going to be fine. Bro, flying zombies, that would be terrifying. We would be screwed if the zombies could fly. Granted, this next zombie genre very likely to be bad. And this is probably one of, if not my favorite zombie movies of all time.
Pure, weaponized fury. The rage virus is a hypervirulent pathogen developed in a Cambridge lab, unleashed on the world by animal rights activists trying to free an infected chimp.
It's always the damn hippies. That is the one thing I have learned from 28 Days Later. It's always the damn hippies. Or at least 28 days later. 28 weeks later, it's like, I always knew that a man's horniness would bring an end to us all. That's basically 28 weeks later. This is what happens when you let emotions rule your logic. Exactly. This is why we cannot be an emotional society, because when you're emotional, you make really dumb decisions. You have to give yourself time to calm down and evaluate and not be retarded. I don't know if that's a bannable word on Twitch. If so, oopsie daisy. I'm going to say it anyway. But that is a good point, Will. Mosquitoes, flies, not so much. Mosquitoes, though, would be incredibly dangerous in 28 Days Later. Granted, in the setting of 28 Days Later, I don't feel like mosquitoes are as prevalent because it's in the UK. A tap out if we got the Usain Bolt zombies. I want to think about flying zombies. If you judge problems by emotions, Kara is innocent because she's crying. No one dare judge her. Yeah, it's like, don't let emotions guide your decisions, and don't let other people's emotions guide your decisions. Now, Don't take that as me saying disregard other people's emotions. That's not what I'm saying. You can listen to their emotions and acknowledge that they are upset and support that they're upset, but don't immediately take their statements as fact just because they're upset. Because people make dumb decisions when they're upset, and you can make dumb choices by following someone else who is upset. The more you know.
It spreads in seconds through any contact with infected blood, transforming its victim almost instantly. The infected are living humans. Their minds are raised and replaced with a singular, blinding rage. They sprint after prey with terrifying speed, not to
Basically,
feed them,
advanced mad
but
cow
simply to
disease.
maim and spread the contagion with every scratch and bite. The outbreak turned the genre on its head, swapping slow, shambling dread for pure, high-octane terror.
Yep.
By making the monsters fast, it made zombies scary again and showed the total collapse of society could happen in the blink of an eye. The Walking Dead.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like 28 Days Later may have been one of the first zombie series to actually have running zombies. If it wasn't the first, it was definitely up there. Or it was the most like popular. I don't help this case. I do have an idol, Davy Jones, both mostly broken, being cold and heartless weeks. Eh. I've never been one to. There's definitely characters I like. Zombies fueled by rage. Oh no, the left. I mean, you're not wrong. And funnily enough, with 28 Days Later, that's where I got a lot of my inspiration for my zombies and lore. I just took the infection and took it to the extreme where it's not even just blood contact, it's literally just skin contact. So, even more terrifying. But the way that the zombie affection works in my lore is it is basically like if you are touched by someone who is infected, it's almost like you're hit with subliminal messaging. And basically, one of two things happens. Either you accept the message and you turn, or you reject it and the infection kills you. So, and the reason that I am not dead or a full-fledged zombie is kind of like Halo rules, where so my lore is that I basically created a private military empire so big that I was basically able to help build funds for part of the US to secede, to where I basically am the president of a new America in a way. I'm going to snooze that for a second. I'm talking about lore. Don't interrupt me, Twitch. Yeah, basically, I've created a whole new country. And with that, my scientists developed, along with me, a new AI that basically became so advanced that we have basically made it able to run the country almost near flawlessly. It follows a certain set of parameters to make sure that the country is as free as it possibly can be. And it cannot be coerced or bribed because it's an AI. It has no need for money, and it's the most powerful AI in the world, so it has no reason to get corrupted to want more power. One, because it's not human, so that human desire is not there. And that AI is actually a part of me. And that's why I was not able to be fully infected, is because the AI is currently in a constant struggle to fight against the infection. And it's basically holding it at a standstill where my infection can't get any worse, but it can't be cured yet. Let's see. What was Will saying? If I create a zombie type, I'm going to make all zombies still have their human mind alive, speaking, but by taking control and rotting slowly. Make a great messed up story. Oh, you could be like the zombies from Dying Light, where at least for the first portions of transformation, they still have part of their still have control of their mind, but not their body. Because that was one of the things in Dying Light that was really messed up, is you could hear people crying for help, not realizing that they're infected, and then they would attack you, but they're still crying for help because they can't control it. Or even worse, um, that also happens in The Last of Us, but it is even worse because not only do still they're still able to see what's going on, and but they can speak. There's one scene that you can miss in The Last of Us where there are two clickers that are eating a human, and you can hear them screaming to stop under their breath as they are eating this human body. So, like, they're still human in there, and they realize they are cannibalizing someone, but they can't stop it, which is terrifying to me. Spooky idea. Drill zombies, forget land, they can break building structures. At that point, you just got, oh gosh, what is that? I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on that game. It's like one of the biggest zombie games, but I never really played it that much. Um, but all the characters in it are British for some reason. Always Alive, Red. Definitely not going to write a side story for her husband doing it with his mom, zombie wife, rotting. Ugh. That's how you get. That's how you get zombie syphilis. It's like regular syphilis, but even worse. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. The recent one that Russian Badger made. I can't remember the name of the game, and I've already watched the video. It's how terrible my brain is. Is it Killing Floor? Tell me if this is Mimic or a form of zombie stuff. Yeah, tank zombie. A tank zombie would be terrifying, like the ones in Left 4 Dead. That's why I'm glad that a lot of the games that have special infected, those special infected, it'd be completely impossible thanks to the laws of physics. The one time I'm glad that the laws of physics apply is for special infected. Most of the time, I'm sad that they're applied because it means that I can't actually have giant 97-foot tall Ruby. It can never be a reality. Thanks, physics. Taps watch twice. Hey, I'm getting to it.
In this world, the apocalypse is already inside you. A dormant pathogen, the wildfire virus, has infected every single human on Earth.
This one will be
A
terrifying.
walker's bite is lethal, delivering a deadly fever. But the true horror is the fine print. Everyone is already a carrier. When you die from any cause at all, you turn.
Yep.
The walkers are slow, rotting, and relentlessly driven by a single base instinct to feed. A lone walker is a problem. A herd is a force of nature. An undead tide that can sweep away entire communities. The Last of Us.
Oh, there
This
you go.
apocalypse comes from the Earth. A mutated strain of the cordyceps fungus, a real-world parasite known for creating zombie ants, makes the terrifying leap to humans.
Scarily enough,
It's
this
a
is the
parasitic
most
growth that invades the host ring,
likely way a zombie
erasing their
apocalypse
identity
could actually
and turning their
happen.
body into a violent puppet for the fungus. Transmission is a two-front war. Infectious spores fill the air in dark, damp environments, making entire sections of cities lethal to breathe in, while a bite from an infected passes the fungus directly. The infected themselves evolve through horrifying stages. The recently turned are fast, human-like runners. Over time, the fungus grows, creating cunning stalkers that hide in the dark. Eventually, it erupts from their head, blinding them and creating the iconic sonar-hunting clickers. The oldest become bloaters, lumbering tanks of fungal armor that hurl sacks of explosive spores.
That's the same way of their host
The result is
memories.
a world 20 years into collapse,
So
where
kind of like
nature is
the
violently
Heartless in
reclaiming
Kingdom
cities,
Hearts.
and humanity clings to life in oppressive military quarantine zones, constantly fighting both the infected and each other. Resident Evil. Welcome to the corporate apocalypse.
Nope. Hold on. We got an ad break. Pause. I know, Will, you have a sub, so you don't have to worry about it, but right now I know several that watch my chat do not have a sub. Although, if you did, you ain't got ads. And unless you got ad blocker, that's also a thing. I don't blame you if you do. Because I do. Or Shadow having a sub while my bank account is in double digits is something, huh? That is crazy. That's one thing, like, when I told Ruby you had got all those things for me from the convention, it was like, where is all of that money coming from? It's like, I don't know. Shadow takes form of a host perceived imagination. In this case, a host will think himself a knight. Shadow becomes an armored knight. Still a copy behind the masters in the darker version of them. Oh, saved up 3,000 before he got laid off. Well, shoot, man. Should be focusing on like necessities instead of worrying about buying me shit. And since you have sent me all that stuff, I really want to go to a convention now. So I need to go find me a local convention that I can go to, or at the very least, a good convention that is not too far of a drive to get to. Which, in all honesty, if I work in my current job long enough, I'll have quite a few vacation days. So I'll have many a chances to go to conventions. I was thinking about looking at the Resident Evil section. I've been thinking about potentially trying to purchase some of the Resident Evil games to play those in October for Halloween. Because I'm really not big into horror games, but I feel like Resident Evil still applies, and I do love those games. So, maybe.
Tyrant virus, or T-virus, was engineered in a lab as a biological weapon by the morally bankrupt Umbrella Corporation. Its accidental release from a
Is he
research
going to talk
facility
about the
in the
Las
Arctic
Plagas?
Mountains was just the
Because
prelude
it's
to
not
the
the same
full-scale
thing. They're two
disaster
different
that would later
viruses.
consume all of Raccoon City.
Or one's a
The initial wave of flesh-eating
parasite.
zombies is just the beginning.
Oh,
The T-virus is a
hold on. Did my dude just use a screenshot from Operation Raccoon City? This dude's an OG. He knows about all the RE games. I honestly loved Operation Raccoon City. It got a lot of hate because it was more actiony than the standard Resident Evils, but to be fair, that had already started since like Basically, Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 5 was probably the catalyst for all of the games for a long time being very action packed more than horror. But yeah, I honestly like this game. All of the characters you could play as are really cool. Like this character who is Vector, who was basically handpicked by Hunk to be like his apprentice. I always loved playing as his character. What do you think of the Shadow Phantoms? Could just be evil you with dark memories. It would be interesting. I don't know. For me, it's hard to come up with a way for it to be coherent just because I have a hard time mixing like horror zombie themes with fantasy themes and with them being knights and stuff. It's almost like your shadow becomes like the projections you would see from a Green Lantern, but evil. So, like a Black Lantern, except that you have no control over the projection it gives out.
The T virus is a powerful mutagen, warping its victims into an ever evolving bestiary of bioorganic weapons.
Another universe where I'm
Soon,
glad that physics
survivors
are a
must face
thing.
off against agile hunters, ceiling crawling lickers, and the iconic trench coated tyrant. This apocalypse was manufactured, packaged, and sold. Every shambling monster and every horrific death traces directly back to a boardroom decision fueled by greed and military ambition. World War Z.
AKA communist propaganda.
This is the zombie apocalypse as a global wildfire. A
Mm-hmm.
hyper-aggressive pathogen of unknown origin rips across the planet with terrifying speed, boasting an incubation period of just 12 seconds from bite to turn. The
I
world is
don't like
overrun
that
in a
they're
matter of
using the
weeks.
movie
The
version.
infected are lightning-fast sprinters driven by a primal need to spread the virus, but their true threat lies in their collective behavior. They operate as a swarm, a hive mind that flows like water and crashes like a tidal wave. They are attracted to sound, turning cities into deadly echo chambers where a single noise can trigger an avalanche of bodies. Most iconic is their ability to form zombie pyramids, climbing over one another in a writhing mass to breach walls and overwhelm any defense through sheer, horrifying physics. This outbreak is a planetary war, a species-level threat that
Mm-hmm.
requires a global solution. The key to humanity's survival is a bizarre biological loophole. The zombies ignore the terminally ill, making the act of infecting oneself with another deadly disease a desperate form of camouflage. Zombieland.
And the bad thing is like I haven't completely finished the book. I think that's how they find a cure for the zombie virus in the books is by infecting themselves with a deadly disease. Granted, it can be a deadly disease that they have a cure for, so it's not like you have to give yourself cancer to avoid getting attacked by the zombie when it's like I don't know if that's any better. But yeah, you can infect someone with like a deadly disease that there's actually a vaccine for or a cure for. So that was how they beat it. I will say that we did get a pretty cool zombie game from the World War Z movies. I do enjoy the World War Z game because it's basically just Left 4 Dead if it was a third person shooter. It's pretty fun. Hear me out noise in one town, zombies come, nuke. So basically the plot of Resident Evil 2, where it's like, oh no, the city got infected. And then because corporation, evil corporation gonna evil, I'm like, well, we can't let it get out that it was us. Better nuke the entire city.
Welcome to the United States of Zombieland, where the end of the world began with a bad burger.
This was a fun movie.
The apocalypse was sparked by a mutated strain of mad cow disease that quickly became mad zombie disease, sweeping across the country and turning most of the population into fast, aggressive, and perpetually hungry ghouls.
Basically turned
The
28
zombie
days
seizure
later
are
into a
genuine
comedy.
threat, from the surprisingly athletic to the nightmare fuel clown, but they primarily serve as deadly obstacles in a dark, comedic road trip. The key to navigating this wasteland is a practical, funny, and life-saving set of rules, meticulously crafted by a neurotic survivor named Columbus. From rule number 1, cardio, and rule number 2, the double tap, to rule number 3, beware of bathrooms, and rule number 31, check the back seat. This list becomes a gamified guide to staying alive. It's a philosophy that
Honestly, good
transforms the
rules to
grim reality
follow.
into a series of challenges to be outsmarted, turning the horror of the apocalypse into the
Honestly, just in
backdrop for a
general.
story about finding a
Not
family
even with the
and
zombies
learning to
involved.
enjoy the little things, even if it's just for another day.
Say
And
maybe
that's
double
8
tap, because that
apocalypses,
can get you in
from slow
trouble
shamblers to hive mind
with the law.
swarms. Did I miss your favorite outbreak? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always remember rule number 1.
Yeah. Good cardio, everybody. That's how you win in a zombie apocalypse. Make sure you stay in shape. But that was explained epically. So if you want to see more videos like that, he has several. And I will probably watch more of those at a later date. But right now, I am already past schedule for a lot of things. And let's see here. Oh, we have a new member joining the Discord. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Will. Thank you for that convention schedule. I will look into that later for sure. I feel like I've looked up conventions for around here and they're usually not that great. Or at the very least when I look up like, because most of the time when I look at conventions, I kind of look at who well known is going to be there. And most of the time when it's Kentucky, there's hardly anybody that's like a big name that's ever there. Because who goes to Kentucky? Nobody. Nobody does. Let's see. Well, we have got a very large collection of videos that I can react to. Hold on. Let me pause. I'm already frightened. Fester for kids. Huh? Oh, okay. I gotcha. So anything that has Fest in it is for kids. I gotcha. Well, that's good to know. Little Red is not big into like anime or anything. He's kind of got an interest in Star Wars, but that's just because he thinks the toys are cool. But maybe if I take him with me to a convention as like a father-son bonding moment, maybe he will take more of an interest in that kind of stuff. It's just hard for me to find any kind of animes that I feel like one he would enjoy and two that I feel like are appropriate for his age. And three ones that I would also not be ready to rip my eyes out watching. It's like the only one that I've really been able to find is like Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. And honestly, even that one's it's kind of iffy depending on the version. As I know if you watch like the original English dub, it's fine. With Kai, there's a little bit more language in it than in the original dub because it's trying to follow more closely to the manga. And it's a little bit, which is weird because in the original dub, it had a lot more, like, more of the violent scenes in the manga. Like, there was actual blood and stuff like that. In Dragon Ball Z Kai, it's hardly any blood whatsoever. It's like the part where Piccolo uses special beam cannon on Raditz in the original English dub. Ton of blood, giant hole in his chest. In Dragon Ball Z Kai, it's just like a giant burn spot in his chest. It's not even a complete hole through his chest. No blood, anything. It's like pick your lane. Are you going to be the uncensored version or not? Or the original? Are you trying to stay close to the original or not? Make up your mind. But anyway, I'm getting off topic again. Let's react to this first video that I believe was sent by Tails.
2 lives? Next time, thank you!
What? Okay, moving on. What am I? If you laugh, you go to Guantanamo. Am I turning this into a try not to laugh challenge? Well, I feel like I can't do that now. I would have to state that up front so that you guys would try to find stuff that you think would make me laugh. I feel like a lot of this could be just random brain rot that I'm being sent. What we got? Never steal his lines.
If he answers, you're screwed. I'm not.
I'm so
you
screwed.
People thought I was mean on the other one. I'm gonna put you into oblivion.
Hello?
I can't believe it. Hi, Vettel.
Hi, Vettel.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry for calling you all of a sudden. I hope you aren't busy right now.
No, it's okay. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. We're on stream
No,
right now.
I'm hanging up the phone.
One of my mods said he would suck a doorknob if you pick up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
If you have about 30 seconds, I'll unscrew a doorknob.
You gonna do this in front of the mic?
Yeah, I'll do it in front of the mic.
I don't know if I want to listen to this.
Oh, you won't hear it. It'll just happen.
Well, then how do we know it's happening, you know?
I'll make a popping sound at the end.
Okay. Well,
That
really happy for you.
That's something.
I'm so sorry.
I should ask permission. Is that something that you want to be a part of?
Yeah, is that something you want to be a part of?
You know, not personally, but okay. I think your chat would like to hear it. So you should do it for them, you know? Yeah, go for it.
So
Okay.
So
Yeah.
while I'm unscrewing the doorknob, because I can kind of yell from here. So there's a couple of things about Honey you should know.
No.
Uh-oh.
No, fuck you, Honey. This is no. So Honey talks about you a lot, as
No,
you
we
can
don't.
probably guess. And did you see the clip? Of her
This is
drawing you
totally
pregnant?
something I would do.
Oh, fuck.
I did hear about that, actually. Yeah. Someone told me.
Intoxicated and drew you pregnant while Bo and I talked about vegetables. Now, I can't believe she did that. And then she had the audacity to less than a week later have me suck a doorknob in front of you. Now, I don't know what type of freak she is, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to say right now, if any one of you drunkenly makes art of me being impreg, we're seriously going to have to question our friendship. Anyway, moving on.
And Honey, you might have an issue. I know you were working on your rizzes. I know Honey was working on rizzes.
No, don't
And
make me do this.
I know for a while there was a joke that she wanted to tell you a riz. Honey, what's the riz that you wanted to tell him?
What the hell is going on here?
I do have the doorknob in hand.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you enjoy that. Have
I'm
fun,
so
yeah?
sorry. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good
You
rest of your
too.
night.
I can't
No.
believe you, Honey. I can't believe you,
too.
Honey.
Oh.
Hey, Honey. So, yeah. Good job, Honey.
That was my first conversation with Matt.
It was. It was. This is for you, Vettel.
Oh my god.
Ah, man.
He didn't have to do all
on my
that.
list of things I was doing tonight, I didn't expect to be sucking a doorknob in front of your, like, VTuber crush or whatever.
A crush!
Do you feel good?
Why does she have an
Feel
echo
good about
effect
what
on
you've
her
done?
mic?
Okay.
I didn't think you would pick up.
Oh, is that actually her? Is that actually the VTuber? Is it like her model? It's really cute. It's just her scream. I like it. I like it's a cute model. I like the bunny ears, and I always like um whenever VTubers have a design, or when like female VTubers have the hair design where they have that one little highlight in it. I mean, honestly, I kind of have that idea for Ruby's remodel. See, Red and I messing with Ruby and Crystal like this. I mean, there's not much I could do to embarrass Ruby at this point. At least, like, flirty wise, there's very little I could say to her that would get her embarrassed on stream that I haven't said. Well, I take that back. There are some things that I might say in front of Ruby that I wouldn't say in front of my parents, but she wouldn't really be that embarrassed about it. You know I have a VTuber crush, shut up. Oh, really? Do you now? Hmm. May have to find out more secrets about this later. I am always happy to get more ammunition to use against my friends. But let's see what the next video is. I believe this is another video sent by Tails called Duper64. Don't call me that. Okay.
And if you're gonna call me cute, then you bet you stop.
Would it be a surprise to anyone that I have seen or heard that soundbite before? It probably shouldn't. Hold on. Hello? But anyway, yeah. I've definitely seen that video before. Or I haven't seen that specific video before, but I have heard that soundbite before, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I have sent it to Ruby. There has been times where she has done something to get me flustered, and I have said stop in that exact way. If you're gonna call me cute, stop. Or like I'll be walking through the house. She's the biggest culprit of like me getting ready to leave for work, and like she'll be sitting on the couch on like a day that she's working from home or something, and she'll be like asking me to basically having me model as I'm walking out of the house. Like, stop it. You're gonna embarrass me. Okay, what do we got here? I see
You've been
furry
a nasty boy.
Hey. I forgot I had that. That one kind of got me. It's not as loud as the others, but it did something. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that and move on.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Me for real. Me anytime I play Marvel Rivals with Will. I didn't do fucking shit. What else we got? Oh, is this a Helldivers video? It looks like
I'm
a
not gonna
Helldivers
lie,
video.
I haven't laughed this hard in a minute.
Oh, I'm guessing all the viewfine gentlemen are here to see the mission launch, eh?
Don't do it.
Jeez. The whole goddamn playground is here, yes? As our mission should be launched, with an audience. Now, ladies, and lap.
That was a lot of clankers. Every squad on fort.
Let's hell dive.
Oh.
Fellas, do me a favor and stand right.
Hold on. That wasn't part of the list. It's trying to autoplay without my permission. Oh, what do we got here? Your house.
Oh, you finally made it. Didn't think you'd bring snacks. Please don't leave. You know what they say in French? Mi casas. Anyways. I love you too. Like a house tour? Don't worry, I won't show you the basement yet. You'll get to see enough of that later. I just don't leave you. Why are you sitting so far away? Come on, let's watch some TV. Want a drink?
This hurts me because it feels like things that I would do.
You want both? Tonight we're having spaghetti to forgetti our regretting. What's that? You're already regretting the state? Don't worry, you won't be remembering anything by tomorrow. Hello? Where did you go? Hello?
Oh boy. And what do you mean by that, Will? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's right. You've told me about that. You freak. What else we got? Sisyphus Prime. Oh no! Why'd the beat go kind of hard though? Hold on. Now, I kind of want to know. I'll go back to that video later. Oh. Got the last video on this long list sent by Tails. Bro. I understood that reference. Alright, this is going to be kind of weird just because it's going to be, I don't know how I need to do this. Because Will has sent me clips that are actually clips pulled from stream. That didn't work. Yo,
what's up?
This is unfortunate. I don't know how I'm going to pull these up. Whoop, hold on. Do this. Nope. That just tries to download the video. Not what I'm trying to do. Right click your layout. Add media. Huh? Okay. So, man, you gonna make me download your clips so I can react to them? What's wrong with you? You doom him? So you prefer him like this? So you're prepared? I was saying I prefer 15-minute videos, meaning 15-minute YouTube videos, you dingus. Is that gonna work? Hold on. Hang on. That, not quite. I need to add a new media source. Browse. It maxed at a 5-minute vid. Honestly, that's probably for the best just because with it kind of being me testing the water for these things. Let's see. Window capture. There we go. And where is it? That's weird. It's acting like that video was not there. It's very weird. And actually, I might have a solution to this. Hold on one moment. Where is it? Uno momento. Okay, that was a misread on my part. I missed the comma, so I thought it just said instead of YouTube Reels or TikToks, meaning that if I meant to say I prefer long form videos instead of shorts, is what I meant. So maybe. So for future reference, preferably YouTube videos. But for now, I have a solution to this problem. In-game. Ta-da!
Yo, what's up?
Yep,
I'm at
so
the
just be
other side of the
careful.
road.
Yeah, because there's an extract down this way.
Okay, I'm running over.
So yeah, just get into the woods and then run through the woods near the beach.
I'm hugging the left side. There's
Just be
mines
careful,
here!
There are mines.
Brother almost killed me.
Oh, that's something you don't say before you're about to die. Oh. Nope.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it.
Where did this guy
Yeah.
go? Did I blew him the hell up? I was fighting a guy on left side and he just he just disappeared.
Did you kill him?
Oh, I see a guy.
He's seen
the
you.
glass is definitely
the glass is not bulletproof.
Yep.
I just hear, okay, so the glass isn't bulletproof.
Well, now we know. And now I know. Because I thought they were bulletproof too until just now. Not short but long videos. I would say I would prefer videos between 5 to 15 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, I should probably pin that as like a guideline or rules for the React channel in the Discord, just so that people know what they can or can't send. So I'll just say, I mean, it can be like, I would prefer it not to be shorts and reels, especially if they are incredibly short, just because it's a bit of a process to switch in between videos. So the less I have to do it, the better. So we'll say for right now, preferably videos between 5 to 15 minutes. And unless I know you personally, it has to be a YouTube link. If it's anything else, I will not open it. And I say no personally because I know with Will, Crystal, and Tails, I can trust them not to send something that is going to get me banned if I watch it on stream. So yeah. We got, oh, Dead by Daylight. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of what the?
I'm gonna bloodlust you.
Oh, almost got him.
Damn.
Not watch me simp for skunk. Did you just admit your stream crush to me right now?
That is a wall.
It is. It is a wall. That O face makes that no very unconvincing. And brother just ate concrete. I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah,
Next.
I'm not judging.
Wanchi.
I'm not judging.
Also, Red said hello.
Hello.
Hee
Saying you tried to
I like the new model.
hee.
I'm gonna reboot my rivals a second.
Hey.
That's when you tell the homie he's a snag? Ew. Bro's not even my type.
What do you mean he's not your type? What's your type? You better not say women. You better not say just women.
Cynthia was a maid for you.
Cringe. Is that even the lyrics? Because I always thought it was Sin City wasn't made for you. not Cynthia wasn't made for you. I could be wrong. Okay, two more clips.
I was yapping too, my bad.
Sometimes Juan gets a little crabby, and I'm like, yeah, no, I get crabby if I don't like you.
But completely fair though.
I will be nice usually, but if I don't like you, I'm gonna be crabby with you. End of sentence.
Oh, they're walking in a straight line. I don't know if I like that or not. Yeah, they're not b-hopping at all. That's really weird. Always glad to help, partner. That's really weird.
I feel like I'm in the
They
way.
can't walk backwards. We know it's bots.
No, they don't b-hop. It's so
They also
weird.
don't walk backwards.
This Wolverine's gotta taste it.
Taste what?
Yeah, like that.
No, what I sent come up with Crystal. It's your stream. Like, yeah, it's my stream, but it's like if I'm gonna be reacting to stuff, I should at least make it where you can see who I'm reacting to. Right? And does Wanshi have a little chibi of oh my gosh, which Spider-Man is it? But like the Spider-Man from Spider-Verse 2. I figured she's obsessed with that man. Not surprising. Anyway, last video in this list.
Keep the momentum going.
Miguel, that's right.
You're okay. I'll take the body block if it's needed. I haven't gotten hooked yet.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Chucky was a killer in the game. News to me. Chucky would do this. That's a great question. How does he put people on hooks when he's like knee height for a majority of the survivors? And also, might be a hot take, Chucky is the least intimidating horror movie villain I have ever seen or known. Changed my mind. Any villain that I can football punt over a fence is not intimidating. Oh, he goes into his human spirit mode. Okay. Seems kind of weird. Animation is him picking the survivor and Chucky up. That's not what me would have said. Oh, were you terrified of Chucky as a kid? I'll admit I was, as far as movie monsters go, or movie villains, or horror movie villains, I was scared of the Scream mask for a while when I was younger. But that was just because for some reason I had nightmares about it all the time for like a few weeks. It was like I didn't even watch the movie. It was just the mask for some reason caused me to have nightmares. It's not like I was scared of the mask. I just kept having nightmares of someone wearing the mask and like attacking me. Or no, it was even worse than attacking me. It was like the mask would be there and the mouth of the mask would just get bigger and bigger until eventually it was just a black void and then I would wake up. That was the nightmare. It was just a recurring nightmare for like a week and a half. It'll just be scream there, mouth getting bigger, black void, someone screaming, and then I would wake up every time. It was the worst. Like SCP-096, like Tooth Fairy. Okay. And that was the last of Will's clips. I will say the window one was pretty funny. And the one where once she was saying, "Don't you say your type is just girls." That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let me see. I've got a few more sent by Tails. Let me see. We have oh, hey, Rebel. I'm not gonna lie, that threw me off. Because since I saw Rebel and VT, I was like, somebody hacked my account. What the heck's going on? But welcome. Just doing a react stream. I'm actually getting close to the end of the stream, now that I say that. Red, you're now red. That's Rebel. Yeah, fair. When you rate it, I think Yariko or Newt, same. Yeah. We are Legion. We are many. We are one. Here we go. Next video, but first, change my scene. There's also Rebel Red TV. We're growing. No, we're not doing that. That is not going to be a running thing. I'm not reading it. You get that out of here, Tails. We're not turning my stream into a period joke. No. Bad. You're grounded. Anyway. After Ever After.
If you've ever wondered why Disney tales all end in lies, here's what happened after all their dreams came true.
He turns into sea foam.
I loved being princess down in this beautiful ocean blue, but mermaids are going missing. They end up in someone's
Big
pool.
Rebel.
So just try to put yourself into somebody else's gills. You're killing my ecosystem with fishing and oil spills.
Oh no.
Thank you, BP. Thank you, BP. Thank you, BP. Thank you, BP. The British are killing, oil is spilling. Now I can't see. My eyes. China feast on flounders.
My eyes.
The Japanese killed all my whale friends. Oceans are browning. I think I'm drowning. Thanks to BP. You suck. Hey, I'm okay, but I'm slightly scared. My husband's a mark for the war on terror. Aladdin was taken by the CIA. We're not Taliban, you've got the wrong man. In Guantanamo Bay, Prince Ali Wiggity Bee drowning in Wawa. Interrogation from the nation of the free. Bin Laden's taken the fall. We're not trained pilots at all. You're foreign crazy and no one but up of us. We're for freedom, Genie can vouch for us. Bush was crazy, Obama's lazy, Al-Qaeda's not in this country. Set free, my prince.
Oh, hold on. I wasn't expecting a 9/11 joke in a Disney parody, but here we are. Anyway, we'll finish the video.
This town's gone wild since I married Adam. They think I'm going straight to hell. She'll burn in hell. But the charges laid on me of bestiality could wind up getting me thrown in a cell. She is away. Oh, I'm overrun by madness.
She totally would have got burned as a witch.
We're gonna burn me at the stake, which will fry that bell must die. Legit believe I'm Satan, and now I hear that PETA's gonna take my beast away.
What is this one? Oh.
After John Smith traveled back to England, I helped my people cultivate the fields.
Wasn't Pocahontas like
English, French, and
13
to visit.
historically?
They greeted us with guns and germs and steel. They forced us into unknown lands of exile. They pillaged, raped, and left us all for dead. So now I'm far more liberal with a weapon when I separate their bodies from their heads. White. What? Have you ever held the entrails of an English guy or bit the beating hearts of Spanish men? Can you shoot an arrow in some French guy's eye? Sacre bleu! Can you paint with the red colors in these men? Adios, amigos. I can murder if I please, 'cause I'm dying of disease. I can paint with the red colors in these men. Thanks to BP, where's Prince Ali? Bestiality. I've got STD. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice. Honestly, they could have just went with a Brothers Grimm version and it could have been just as dark. Because that's what all of those Disney princess movies were based off of, is the Brothers Grimm stories. And all of the Brothers Grimm versions have very, very bad endings for the princesses. Because it's supposed to be a life lesson on, you know, why running away to a guy you just met is a terrible idea. But, you know, Disney has to make everything fantastical. The only one that I can vaguely remember is specifically The Little Mermaid. Because in the original story, she does not get the guy, and she ends up losing her voice. So Ursula ends up winning, and then she ends up just becoming sea foam in the ocean. So basically, she just dies. Because she gave up her old life for a guy she just met. Yep. That's a real story right there, teaching you real values. None of this falling in love at first sight and getting married at the drop of a hat shit. I want real, gritty love stories. People die. Anyway, what's the next video? Or actually, I have enough time for one more video, I think. Let's see. I'm very confused as to what this might be.
For Halloween.
Oh boy. I already like where this is going.
I'm going as a disappointment to my family.
At least you don't need to buy a costume.
Ouch!
What are you guys gonna be for Halloween? Sad.
Gay.
Same.
Sexy.
Goblin. Halloween costume idea. Naughty 19th century woman, wear a dress that shows ankles and tell people you're going to vote.
Sexy suffragette.
Healthy Halloween snacks. This makes me so happy.
Bananas.
Let me go to one of your crazy-ass white people
I
houses
like
on
it.
Halloween and just try to hand me an orange with celery in the hole. I will beat your ass.
Tumblr PSA.
True.
Don't use Ouija boards. You never know what kind of spirits you're inviting into your life. Me, nice try, but none of you can stop me from using this glow-in-the-dark Hasbro piece of garbage to ask Oscar Wilde for fashion advice.
My advice, don't fuck with the spirit world. Don't take it lightly. You're young and naive and completely unaware of how any of it works. This is one thing you don't want to find out you were wrong about the hard way.
Ugh. I cringed a little bit reading that last one. It's like, it's just a piece of wood with letters on it, bro. It ain't that deep. You ain't releasing demons out of that Ouija board. Nah. It's BS.
Well, that's all very nice and weirdly condescending, but I just spirit Skype Jane Austen and she says you're a fucking square.
Get in the Halloween spirit
Get
and
bent.
make a ghost. That's called murder, and I heard somewhere that it was illegal.
PSA, if you spell skeletons backwards, it still spells skeletons.
Man, I can't wait for Halloween to see some snowtolics. A depressed guy moves into a haunted
What's
house.
wrong with that?
7
That's how I
demons,
spell it.
Each corresponding to a deadly sin. But they're all trying to help him get back on his feet. Pride helps with self-confidence. Lust helps him get laid, etc.
I would watch the crap out of this, like, wow. Glut, back off the guy, okay?
I'm just saying he could stand to gain a few pounds. I made
Gatekeeping
spaghetti.
make believe.
After we
That's what I'm
eat,
saying.
it's gonna be time for a nice nap. We've earned it. Damn right we did.
The Addams family wasn't particularly magic or supernatural or anything. Their goth game was just hard as fuck. They lived with a
True,
sentient
though.
disembodied hand.
That's just how goths are sometimes. I extend my hand.
True. I know some goths, they do be just hands sometimes. Speaking from experience, straight facts.
Like a mob boss and allow you to kiss my ring. But when you lean closer, you see it's one of those glow-in-the-dark spider rings you win at arcades.
Pretends to kiss it, but I eat the spider very discreetly. But you notice anyway because my mouth is glowing from the inside.
You disrespect me and eat my spooky spider ring, which cost me 50 tickets at fun.
Oh, I kind of just want to read this because I want to see if I could actually pull off the Godfather voice but with a spooky spider ring. I just, all right. Set the scene. Honestly, I'm just imagining this as an animation, and it would be hilarious if people treated me like the Godfather, but instead of my wedding band, it would be a spooky spider ring. You disrespect me and eat my spooky spider ring, which cost me 50 tickets at Funtime Arcade and Pizzeria. Vinny, hit her with a sticky hand.
Time arcade and
Did I
pizza.
nail it?
Vinny, hit her with a sticky hand.
I figured out that horror games with grotesque monsters and spooky environments are negative 9,000 scary if you pretend you're Steve Irwin on a mission to document the monsters.
Look here, that's a 6-foot grunt from the basement.
Oh my god, I love that. Maybe that's how I can watch scary movies from now on. Just imagine I'm Steve Irwin walking through the middle of this horror scene. Looky there, there's a 6-foot grunt from the basement. I'm gonna wrestle it. Oh, look at him move. He's real afraid of that one. Be careful not to go up the stairs there, love. That's where I'll trap you.
I'm gonna wrestle it.
This is how I get through a lot of scary environments without getting scared. It really works.
I need to start doing this. The Catholic Church is crazy, but aesthetically balls to the walls. Statues of a dying dude on a cross absolutely everywhere.
Don't forget the church is made of human bones.
I was raised Catholic, and that's just the gist of Catholicism. They're all about the Baroque and blood and gore and roses and incense and velvet robes and drama and death and stained glass and giant candles and all the goth shit.
October. It's the 8th month.
Christianity is
I
more
cracked the
metal
code.
than most metal. Changed my
October
mind.
is the 10th month, though.
It was originally the 8th month, but then Julius fucking Caesar decided to add in July and August after himself and his nephew Augustus.
We should totally just stab Caesar. Vampire doctors that can smell if you have a blood disease. Werewolf therapy animals
Funny
for
thing
sick
about
kids.
the whole stabbing
Nature
Caesar
sprite
thing.
and nymph nurses that always make sure people have pretty flowers to brighten up their white rooms. Fawns that go around and sing and dance for patients so that they smile. Nice monster hospitals would be amazing. Succubus and nurses that give you the suck before you die. Thanks, Tumblr users.
I want to go to that hospital. Sorry, I got distracted.
Luigi.
Oh, that was it. But yes, can someone please point me in the direction of that nurse? Because, I mean, let's be honest here. Or let me put it this way. If Ruby goes before me, take me to the Succubus Hospital. Dimension 438. I don't have the ability to dimension hop. Can someone give me a lift to the Succubus dimension? I mean, we've already been over the discussion of infinite universes, so if there's infinite universes with infinite possibilities, that means there is a universe where it's nothing but just waves of Ruby everywhere. So just a universe of just millions of my wife. And then there's an infinite universe where those millions of rubies are all horny. Quote unquote, please send me to the ideal universe. Taking 36 dimensions, we have hundreds, so not much of a loss. That's what I'm saying. I mean, 36 in comparison to infinity, I mean, can't even comprehend that. Can't comprehend infinity. It's impossible. There's either a universe where there's millions of rubies everywhere, or there's a universe where Ruby can actually be an AC 130 waifu. So either one of those, if I can go to those, please. Can't get mad if I erase them to get one back. I mean, if there's an infinite number of universes, who's to say there's not a multiple of the same universe with some minor differences? So if one goes missing, I mean, it could be the one universe where you didn't stub your toe on that chair. And that's the only difference. It's just now the universe where you do stub your toe on the chair is no longer existent. So if anything, better off at least a little bit. I'm just saying. Character that's doing the same thing I'm doing, so that's a problem. Got a universe destroyer against another universe destroyer. Does that lead to a destruction of a multiverse? So, well, trying to force another ad break. You quit that Twitch. So if there is an infinite number of universes, which means there's a multiverse, does that mean there is also an infinite number of multiverses? I think I just blew my own mind. But anyway, more like he's killing all versions of himself to make a girl happy. He's raising all her cells to make him happy. So they're basically just trying to wipe out every other version of themselves, so it's just their perfect self left for each other. Because it's kind of romantic. It's kind of like Thanos levels of romantic, but That's still romantic. And I'm talking Marvel Comics Thanos, not MCU Thanos. I'm talking about the OG who the only reason he wiped out half of the universe is because he had the hots for death. And this is not a joke. That is canon in the comics. Perfect Cell. Cause of her death. All of her equals she causes his. Perfecter Cell! Okay, Yamcha, not inaccurate, but tone it down. Smirk in shadow. Eminence in shadow? Cell, did you wipe out South Galaxy? There's a South Galaxy? Forget you heard that. No. Our talks are nice. But anyway, that is the last video I'm going to be reacting to for tonight. So with that said, let's see who is still streaming. We actually have quite the plethora to choose from. Why did I switch to a radio voice? It's all very strange. But honestly, I kind of like it. Let's have a look-see who is available. I actually have a few people playing Fallout 76, so I am kind of inclined to send everyone their way. Because any friend of Fallout 76 is a friend of mine. Plus a video in normal YouTube channel, no react. Okay. But let's see. I think... Let's see. I'm trying to think of who I haven't rated in the last... Let's see. Last 30 days. Last 30 days. Let's see. Wait, is EXO streaming? Is it just further down? Oh, wait. I'm very confused. Okay. So they're basically kind of pulling a me and Crystal where I'm playing one game and she's playing something completely different. Love getting lost building camps. Dude, same. That was literally all of last stream. I spent 3 hours building a camp on the highest possible point in the game. And it looks cool, but also hilarious because it should not be there. And I might have created Fallout 76's first ever battle bus. I can't confirm, but I haven't seen anyone else do it yet, so I'm claiming to be the first. UFO over White Spring for the longest time. Someone teleported to it the first time they'd fall and die. I think they made an update to help prevent that because I've had the same thing happen to me where someone built a kind of like a vertibird camp in the sky. And it was a random chance that you would actually spawn in the camp. But it was really cool because they had a shelter that was a one-to-one recreation of Camp Navarro from Fallout 2. It's pretty badass. And so I added them as a friend so that hopefully I can go back to it and show it on stream one day. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and raid Spooky Scully, who I believe she is actually running Fallout 76 with Invader Bryn. Usually those two and Exoskeleton, another VTuber, they all tend to play Fallout 76 together. But when I said they're pulling a me and Crystal EXO is actually playing Water Park Simulator while in Discord with them. So all three of them are not actually playing the same game. But it makes for fun commentary. That's why I do it. So we will go ahead and start the raid. Be sure to say hi and drop a follow for Scully as well as everyone else involved if you can. And if you're not already following on this channel, be sure to do so, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do stream on both. And this stream, I will try to have it uploaded in sections on my React channel. I did create a whole second channel on YouTube just for React content. And I will try to have that uploaded at least before the end of the week. But we will be back again tomorrow. And I've completely forgot what I was even planning to stream. I believe I had Gray Zone. Yes. We will be playing Gray Zone Warfare tomorrow. And then Saturday, of course, is Random Saturday, where never know what game we're going to be playing or who will be joining me. Could be my son, could be my wife, could be both, could be just me. Never know until it happens. But that's all I've got. You guys are awesome as always. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Deuces.